Right, today we are talking hydration. Now, I mentioned on day 2 about not drinking with your food unless you have the cup of particular fluids to help with your digestion. But hydration overall, as a big picture, is really important. If you're not hydrated enough, then all your fluids in your body are going to be insufficient and make your body sticky and sluggish. Making sure that you are well hydrated every single day. It's going to impact your skin, how your skin looks, how your skin feels. It's going to impact your digestion, how well you digest, and it's also going to impact your elimination. If you're not drinking enough water, then the food substances as it goes through, it's going to be thick, it's going to be sticky, it's going to get stuck, it's going to create this constipation, making it difficult to pass, which is going to cause more bloating, more discomfort within your system. Need the cells to be well hydrated so that they can utilise the nutrients that are coming in. When you want to be properly hydrated, and I mentioned this the other day about not drinking iced water. This is important if you are thirsty. Do not drink iced water. Your body needs the water to be at body temperature for your body to be able to absorb it. So if you're drinking iced water, your body's working really hard to try and get that water warmed up so that it can absorb it in. And whatever it can, it just goes straight through. So then you're peeing it out the other side. And if you're drinking too much water that your body can't absorb and make use of, you can end up diluting your system, which can then cause imbalances and cause more dehydration. So it is important that your body, that the liquids that you're taking are of a warm, or room temperature or warmer, so that you can absorb it. Now, obviously, if it's a really hot day, not in Scotland, but if you're somewhere where it's really hot and you're just like, I just need something really cold, then be aware that that really cold water is probably not going to hydrate you, but it might cool you down. So there is a benefit to having the ice if you need it, but to cool you down, not to hydrate you. Another thing to keep in mind is if you are just drinking plain water, purified water, tap water, your body's not going to absorb that in an efficient and effective way. Why is that, you may ask? Because there is no nutritional value in just purified water. It's just H2O. Your body will go, that's interesting. Let it go on past. For it to be able to be absorbed into the cells, we need some structure to the water. Tap water needs to be filtered. There are chemicals in the tap water to clean the water in the system, so that when it comes through your pipes, there's less chance of bacteria that are going to cause illness and infection in your body. Unfortunately, those chemicals, and I know in Glasgow they've changed the chemical that they've put in the water. It's got a much stronger smell. It's got a much stronger chlorine smell, but it's a chlorine and ammonia blend. And they might be at safe levels for consumption, but just because they've said it's at safe levels for consumption doesn't mean that it's good for your health. Chlorine and ammonia are both bleaches, very effective at killing bad bacteria, but they're also very good and very effective at cleaning good or killing good bacteria. So if you're drinking tap water that's got some ammonia, got some chloride in it, even if it's safe to not make you sick, that chlorine and ammonia is going to start killing off the bacteria in your body, which is going to impact your digestion and impact your gut health. We need a healthy microbiome in our gut for our immune system. 70% of your immune system comes from these gut microbes in your gut. So if you have got an insufficient flora, you've not got a diverse flora, then you're going to be much more susceptible to ill health. And if you're drinking something that's been chemically treated for the good of your health, but it's causing more problems. Now, the good news is most of the over-the-counter water filters that you can get, I personally use the Phox, Phox water filter, because it has a glass bowl that comes through, and it's not these plastic cartridges that go in it, it's sachets that you empty into the reusable cartridge. I use that one. They do clean out most of the chlorine, most of the ammonia and fluoride and anything else, any other germs and chemicals that have maybe got through the barrier. That is a very good and very effective water filter. Most of the carbon-based ones, so like your Britas or the store's equivalent, they are good at getting most of the rubbish out of your water. And so I would definitely recommend using a water filter. Now, if you use a water filter, that's then purifying your water, which makes it H2O, which your body's not is just going to go, that's nice. So how do you then make that purified water more available for your body to use? Very, very simple. You can add a tiny pinch of sea salt. So I use Celtic sea salt. You could also use pink Himalayan salt, and it's a tiny amount in a litre bottle, less than an eighth of a teaspoon. So I use my 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon, and I probably put half of that. I like it to have a slight taste, but you don't have to. If you don't like it that way, then add a little bit less salt in. But that's a very simple, very cost-effective, easy way to structure your water so that your body recognises it as something that it wants to take on board. Another thing that you could do is you could put a slice of cucumber in, or a squeeze of lemon and stick the lemon rind in. Lime, same thing. A couple of raspberries, some mint leaves, basil leaves, anything at all that is going to give some nutrients into the water so that your body goes, oh yes, perfect. If you drink herbal teas are an amazing way to get more nutrients in. Your tea bags have a dusting of your herbs in. I personally buy dried herbs. I also dry herbs that I grow on the allotment and then add them. So I'm using 10 or 20 times the herb volume that's in a tea bag. Tea bags are great just for convenience. I do use tea bags as well from time to time, especially when I'm travelling, rather than taking big boxes of dried herbs. But that's a good way to get nutrients in. Being aware, if you are using herbs, some herbs are diuretics. Your black tea and black coffee are diuretics. The caffeine in them makes them diuretics, so you would need to drink a large volume, and obviously depending on how sensitive to caffeine you are, you need to be aware of that. But it doesn't create enough of a diuretic effect that it negates the hydration, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is tea and coffee are not dehydrating. There are some people who believe that, but from what I understand, the research I've done, they're not dehydrating. They can feel very refreshing, and then you're getting the health benefits of what's in the tea, what's in the coffee. Chamomile is also a diuretic. It's very lovely, very calming tea, but it is also a diuretic, so it will make you pee a little bit more. Any other herbs, depending on what kind of symptoms you've got going on in your body, there are different herbs that can help support those symptoms. There are specific herbs that can help with the detoxification process that support your lymphatic system. This is something else that I teach within the Healing Rebel programs about what you can add in. I've also included with the herbs in my recipe book, Gut Friendly Easy Recipes. I've done a couple of pages on herbal infusions and herbal teas that I use, the blends I use for different symptoms. So that information is in that recipe book if you want to check that out. But hydration is vitally important for your digestive health, but don't drink with your food. If you've got any questions, please do reach out to me. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.